Could it be that the common people's regal wanted to challenge all the illusionist clan's armies on the battlefield alone? Wasn't this too dangerous? No. Second brother, the god king heaven punishment immediately stopped himself. However, Zhou Fight did not intend to listen to his good brother. They still did not understand their own strength. Since that was the case, today, he would take this opportunity to let his compatriots in the supreme great cosmos understand the value of the name common people's regal. Kill, Zhou Zhou said in a deep voice. Leave none of the illusionist clan alive. This emperor will help you to protect you from the illusionist clan's conceptual ability. I will help you to take down these guys more easily. As soon as he finished speaking, he formed seals with both hands and said in a deep voice, King, at this moment, all the power of the blazing sun divine kingdom's soldiers, including the power of the 12 transcendent level experts, had been added to Zhou Fight's body. Furthermore, it had increased by 5,000 times. Just the power of these 12 transcendent level experts allowed Zhou Fight to instantly possess the power of 60,000 transcendent level experts. What kind of terrifying power was this? At this moment, Zhou Fight even had an illusion. That was, he could now push open the sealed door of immortality. Then, he looked up. Then, he lowered his head silently. It was indeed an illusion. However, even so, it was still easy to deal with this group of stinky fish and prawns. Then, he immediately used the domain law skill. All the land in the world belongs to the king. Then, he instantly expanded his domain to the entire battlefield. Even though all the land in the world belongs to the king was currently only a grade 4 supreme god law skill, the current him relied on his top-notch willpower to activate this law skill. It was enough to increase the effect of him to the level of a high-level supreme will realm will skill. This level of all the land in the world belongs to the king was enough to exempt 99% of the conceptual god abilities of the illusionist clan on the battlefield. Only the conceptual abilities of the illusionist clan's experts, whose willpower had transcended the level, couldn't be exempted. However, that didn't matter. This was because Zhou Fight would immediately deal with them. Come on. Zhou Fight stretched out his right hand and grabbed the void in front of him like he was grabbing a chick. When he retracted his hand, he saw 12 short figures appear in it. They were the 12 transcendent level experts of the illusionary tribe on the battlefield. Zhou Fight took a look and nodded. 5 low-level transcendent level experts, 5 middle-level transcendent level experts, and 2 high-level transcendent level experts. You dare to find trouble with our supreme great cosmos with such a small, transcendent level expert. Aren't you underestimating our supreme great cosmos too much? Common people's regal, what are you doing? A high-level expert with a transcendent level will said in horror. He did not dare to imagine how the other party had done it. He had actually grabbed them in his hands with just a stretch of his hand, rendering them unable to resist. What level of power was this? Could it be that the other party had already reached the legendary quasi-eternal immortal realm? At this moment, Zhou Fight smiled and said, What is this emperor doing? You're about to find out. With that, he suddenly clenched his right hand and activated the myriad method star palm. When he opened his palm again, the 12 illusionist clan had all died in his hands. All the experts who saw this scene, whether it was the illusionist clan or the supreme great cosmos, were dumbfounded. So many illusionist clan members with transcendent willpower died just by clenching their fists? What kind of joke is this? The battlefield suddenly fell silent. Be it the army of the supreme great cosmos or the army of the illusionary race, they all looked at the 12 willpower transcendent level experts in Zhou Fight's hands in a daze. Did they see wrongly? With just a clench of his fist, those 12 powerful transcendent level experts had died? Are you pinching ants here? Then, the soldiers of the supreme great cosmos cheered. Their auras suddenly soared, and their morale increased by more than 10 times. The effect of this was that they were clearly not as numerous as the illusionist clan, and their average strength was not as strong as the illusionist clan either. They were only slightly better in terms of equipment. However, they still treated the illusionist clan's army, which was far stronger than them, like dogs. They were not afraid of death at all. They knew very well in their hearts. The top powerhouses of these guys had already fallen. What was there to be afraid of now? They were just a group of people who were bound to lose. If he did not beat them up now, he might not have the chance in the future. They, whose confidence had skyrocketed, could be said to be taking revenge for their grievances. They did not hold back at all and casually threw out any trump cards. They did not feel the slightest heartache. After killing these guys, the spoils of war on, they would naturally make up for their losses. On the contrary, at this moment, the illusionist clan's morale plummeted when they realized that their top powerhouse was no match for the common people's regal. The consequence of this was that they no longer wanted to fight. The frequency and speed at which they used lost skills had decreased. Gradually, some soldiers of the illusionist clan who were at the front line began to flee. As soon as they ran away, the soldiers of the illusionist clan who saw they running away behind panicked and quickly followed them. And so, the front team changed to the back. More and more soldiers of the illusionist clan ran away. In the end, it turned into an escape that involved the entire illusionist clan. They cried for their parents and fled into the distance, afraid that they would be slower than their comrades. The experts of the supreme great cosmos were stunned when they saw this scene. No, it's over just like that? Wasn't they worried about how to deal with the enemies in front of them not long ago? Even the morale of the army was a little unstable. Why did the situation suddenly change so drastically? The other party actually didn't fight to the end and directly fled? Ridiculous. A huge sense of absurdity appeared in their perception. At the thought of this, they subconsciously looked at Zhou Fight, who was standing at the highest point of the sky and calmly looking down at the situation on the battlefield. At this moment, they had an answer in their hearts. It was the common people's regal. It was the great and powerful common people's regal who single-handedly injured and scared away the illusionist clan's army. Without the common people's regal, this victory would not have come so easily. Common people's regal, Your Highness, common people's regal, behind God King Heaven punishment. The supreme realm experts cheered fervently and reverently, as if a group of fanatic believers were praising their God. Spring Autumn Dharma Lord and Lord of 10,000 Evils looked at this scene with some emotion. When God King Heaven punishment saw this scene, his expression was a little complicated. In the end, it turned into disappointment and relief. His eyes quietly became firm, as if he had made a major decision. High up in the sky, Zhou Fight looked down at the battlefield below. There was no need to mention the sages of the primordial world and the supreme god fiends. As a supreme soldier type, their combat strength was worlds apart from the illusionist clans. A prehistoric saint or supreme god could almost match the attack of hundreds or even more illusionist clan generals and soldiers. Only the soldiers of the illusionist clan, who were also supreme soldiers, could barely exchange a few moves with the prehistoric saints and supreme gods. However, it was only 2 moves. With many lord talents and other buffs, they were much stronger than ordinary supreme-level soldier types. Even if they were all supreme soldier types, there were very few who could last more than 10 moves against them. 10 ordinary supreme soldier types were equivalent to the combat strength of a prehistoric saint or a supreme demon god. In addition to the supreme grade soldier type, Zhou Fight also found some suspected transcendent grade soldiers among the illusionist clan's army. These transcendent-level soldiers were the few top-notch soldiers in the illusionist clan who did not retreat but continued to fight in the face of the retreating army. It was a stark contrast to the other generals and soldiers of the illusionist clan who were fleeing for their lives. Transcendent soldier type. It's the first time I've seen it, Zhou Fight said softly. He looked at these transcendent-level soldiers of the illusionist clan and found that they were indeed transcendent-level soldiers. Their combat strength far exceeded supreme-level soldiers. Even Zhou Fight's supreme soldier types, who had many buffs, could not help but fall into a disadvantage when facing these transcendent soldier types. However, at this moment, the advantage of having a large number of soldiers and generals was revealed. If the sages of the untainted land or the supreme divine demons couldn't defeat you, how about I send 10 of them? If even 10 primordial sages or supreme divine demons can't defeat you, then I'll send 100, 1,000, 10,000, or 100 million. Therefore, under the joint attack of 1,000 prehistoric saints and supreme gods, this transcendent soldier type from the illusionary race died tragically in the righteous group attack. Zhou Fight nodded in satisfaction. So what if you are a transcendent soldier type? In front of my huge army, wouldn't I still be defeated? It's just a pity. If only they were scarlet monsters. This way, I can keep a few of they alive and capture them to be nurtured in the scarlet brood mother. This way, it won't be long before all the soldiers under my command can be transformed into transcendent soldier types. Their combat strength will rise to another level. Zhou Shangliang thought regretfully. Even though he also had a way to transform the scarlet monster, such a method was only possible for ordinary life forms. For creatures like the illusionist clan that came from the imagination, even he could not turn them into scarlet monsters. He swept his gaze around. On the entire battlefield, the illusionist clan sent about 20 transcendent soldier types. This is a shocking number. However, in front of the Blazing Sun Divine Kingdom's army, which had an even more astonishing number, they were no match at all. It wouldn't take long for these transcendent illusionist clan soldier types to be wiped out. Even if he lost about 1% of his subordinates, it didn't matter. Coincidentally, he had just upgraded the Undying Sacred Boat. With the help of the Supreme-level Undying Sacred Boat, even a Supreme Will Realm expert could be instantly revived. He would revive all the soldiers who had died in battle. Death had never been a problem for him. Then, he looked at the Supreme Will powerhouses of the Illusionist clan. Then, he revealed a smile. This was because he realized that this group of the Supreme Will Realm Illusionist clan seemed to be in a miserable state. This was because the enemy they faced was not any other Supreme Will Realm expert, but the eternal immortal soldier type, Origin Walker that Zhou Zhou had just summoned this morning. The other Supreme Will Realm experts of the Blazing Sun Divine Kingdom wanted to support the 10 Origin Walkers, but they were stopped by Zhou Fight. He wanted to see the abilities of this legendary eternal soldier type. At this moment, the 10 Origin Walkers in dark silver robes quietly watched the 106 Supreme Will Realm experts of the illusionary race. The 106 Supreme Will Realm experts of the illusionary race also looked at them. For reasons unknown, these 10 strange life forms clearly only had the aura of a low-level true god-tier elementary grade. However, in front of them, the 106 Supreme Will Realm experts actually felt that they did not dare to do anything. It was as if they were a group of top-notch experts who could easily kill them. But how was that possible? No matter how crazy this world was, it was impossible for it to be so crazy that even a true god-tier elementary grade could instantly kill them, right? Finally, one of the Supreme Will Realm Illusionist clan couldn't help but feel pressured. He said angrily, "You only know how to play tricks. Watch me kill you bunch of true god tiers who don't know the immensity of heaven and earth and dare to stand in front of us." With that, he directly activated his conceptual god powers and turned into a mechanical life form. My conceptual divine ability is called Death Robots. All enemies who are tainted by the death light blade in my hand will be stripped of their lives. I don't believe that a mere true god tier can withstand a single strike from me, the Supreme Will Realm expert thought. Then, he flashed and appeared in front of an Origin Walker. He slashed at the Origin Walker with a ferocious expression. Joy appeared in his eyes, as if he could already see the strange true god tier in front of him being sliced off with a single strike. When Zhou Fight saw this, he frowned slightly. "Aren't you going to dodge?" If it were he who only had Supreme Will Realm combat strength, he would probably have already dodged. Even though this soldier of mine is an immortal soldier type, he should be hiding, right? In the next second, something that shocked the Supreme Will Realm Illusionist clan and Zhou Fight happened. When the other party's death light blade landed on the Origin Walker, it actually froze there. No matter how hard this Supreme Will Realm expert tried, he could not slash in. It was as if time had frozen, and he could not hurt this Origin Walker at all. Facing this scene, this Origin Walker and the other 9 Origin Walkers seemed to have expected this. They were not surprised at all. They just looked at this Supreme Will Realm expert of the illusionary race calmly, as if they were looking at an ant trying to bite their clothes. "You can't touch me," the Origin Walker said calmly, "because you are in the mortal world. As for me, I'm in the heaven realm in the mythical tier. As for me, I'm in the heaven realm in the mythical tier. You, a mere true god tier, actually dare to mock me like this? Good. Then I'll let you have a taste of my power," he said angrily. Then, he had to use some kind of method. And yet, the Origin Walker's expression was still calm. "You're running out of time." He raised his hand and pointed at the other party. Buzz, a strange black symbol that no one could understand appeared on the other party's forehead. When Zhou Fight saw the symbol, for some reason, he actually understood it. The meaning of that symbol was 0. Immortal soldier type talent. Return to 0. The supreme will realm expert of the illusionary race was stunned, because at this moment, countless alternate timelines of him appeared before his eyes. The number was densely packed. It was estimated to have exceeded billions, or even more. What's going on? Why am I seeing my own alternate timeline body? He said in a daze. At this moment, something that shocked and even terrified him happened. He suddenly saw one of his alternate timelines suddenly disappear. That's right. It was as if an eraser had suddenly wiped one off and suddenly disappeared, as if it had never existed. It was fine if the main body of an abnormal timeline disappeared. When he first saw this scene, he was puzzled as to why this alternate timeline had suddenly disappeared. However, in the next second, he discovered that it wasn't just this alternate timeline that had suddenly disappeared, but all the alternate timelines had disappeared. In the blink of an eye, millions of abnormal timelines disappeared. The supreme will realm expert of the illusionist clan was dumbfounded. Then, he felt panic from the bottom of his heart. My alternate timeline main body can't disappear like this. This was the future of his advancement. However, he soon changed his mind. This was because he suddenly realized that if he disappeared at this speed, it wouldn't take long. He suddenly widened his eyes. This was because he saw that all the alternate timelines in front of him had instantly been cleared to zero. What's going on? He looked at the origin walker in front of him in confusion. I could have erased all your alternate timelines in an instant. I just deliberately slowed down so that you can see how you died. The origin walker said softly. To me, destroying an ordinary supreme will realm expert like you is like using an eraser to erase the wrong answer on paper. Just a light touch and it'll be done. As soon as he finished speaking, this supreme will realm expert actually disappeared into thin air, as if he had been erased by an eraser. The experts who were paying attention to this scene held their breaths in disbelief. What on earth happened? Why did it suddenly disappear? As for the origin walker, he did not care about everyone's reaction. Let's get this over with. Don't waste time on these guys, he said softly. The other 9 origin walkers nodded slightly. Then, they used return to zero on the other supreme will realm experts. In less than a minute, these 106 supreme will realm experts were all destroyed. At this point, there was no time to be shocked. The God King Heaven Punishment and the other experts suddenly realized something. Now that the illusionist clan no longer had the protection of the transcendent and supreme will realm experts, it had completely declared the other party's defeat in this battle. Even though it was only a defeat in one battle and not a complete expulsion of the illusionist clan from the Twilight battlefield, they would definitely send more and stronger reinforcements when they realized the losses. However, it ended just like that. They looked at each other and saw the confusion in each other's eyes. Zhou Fight felt the increase in the origin power of will in his origin nucleus and nodded in satisfaction. After killing the 10 willpower transcendent experts, his willpower realm had improved by leaps and bounds. He felt that in another day or two, he would be able to advance from the mid-level supreme will realm to the high-level supreme will realm. Not bad, not bad. I didn't raise the protection of the will of war for nothing, he thought happily. If he could improve so much, the others must have improved a lot as well. Zhou Fight had a premonition. The number of powerhouses who would be promoted by them, the Blazing Sun Divine Kingdom tomorrow, should be unexpectedly many. Another half an hour passed. None of the remaining enemies of the illusionist clan escaped. They were all wiped out by his army of the Blazing Sun Divine Kingdom. Originally, God King Heaven Punishment and they had wanted to help, but they did not expect the Blazing Sun Divine Kingdom army to reject them. It was as if they were not here to help, but to snatch their treasures. I've long heard that the generals and soldiers under His Highness Common People's Regal are very belligerent. They're the #1 army in the current supreme great cosmos. I wasn't sure about their warlike nature in the past, but I've finally seen it today. A supreme will realm expert sighed. The other supreme will realm experts nodded in agreement. This was the first time they had seen such a warlike army. At this moment, the common people's regal had already descended from the sky and landed in front of them. Before Zhou Fight could walk over, these supreme will realm experts had already walked over enthusiastically and surrounded Zhou Fight, asking about his well-being. Those who did not know better would think that the friendship between them was very good. The Lord of 10,000 Evils and Spring Autumn Dharma Lord also walked over. When he passed by God King Heaven Punishment, the Spring Autumn Dharma Lord even patted his shoulder with a mischievous smile. Now the pressure's on you. He chuckled. Fortunately, I've already finished fighting with him. Tisk, I'm good. He actually used his own methods in front of the second brother before choosing to surrender. Big brother, think about how to hit second brother. If it really doesn't work, just surrender like me. It's not embarrassing to lose to a heaven-defying genius like second brother. After spring-autumn Dharma Lord finished speaking, he walked in front of Zhou fight and chatted with him like the other experts. God King Heaven Punishment took a deep breath and smiled bitterly. Then, he walked over. In the Reincarnation Sacred Palace of the Blazing Sun Divine Capital. In the Reincarnation Sacred Palace, Zhou Zhou suddenly opened his eyes. What happened? Why did Zhou 15 suddenly contact me? Zhou Zhou was a little puzzled, and when he saw the message from Zhou 15, his eyes immediately lit up, because Zhou 15 actually said he had already established 100 beginner-grade Master God-tier kingdoms in the Crimson Great Cosmos, while the Supreme Great Cosmos had also established 50 beginner-grade Master God-tier kingdoms. If these two conditions were met, it meant that he could now upgrade the Blazing Sun Divine Kingdom from a Grade 2 Supreme Kingdom to a Grade 3 Supreme Kingdom. At the same time, his territory could also be upgraded from a Grade 3 Supreme Territory to a Grade 4 Supreme Territory. Zhou Zhou held his breath. How could it be so fast? It was only noon, including last night. It had only been less than 18 hours. 150 beginner-grade Master God-tier kingdoms were built in 18 hours. Wasn't this too exaggerated? Then, he saw the reason behind Zhou 15's explanation. After reading it, he smiled and nodded. So that was it. The main reason why they could establish so many beginner-grade Master God-tier nations in the Supreme Great Cosmos and the Crimson Great Cosmos in such a short period of time was because of the large amount of resources that Zhou 11 had traded from Heavenly Fast Sun to upgrade their territories. With these resources, there was no need to worry too much about establishing a Master God-tier kingdom, a Supreme Kingdom, or even a Supreme Will Realm Kingdom. As for the requirements for worshipped God spirits, race divine artifacts, territories, and so on, it was not a problem to rely on a behemoth with rich resources like the Blazing Sun Divine Kingdom. He could directly move a large number of worshipped God spirits and race divine artifacts over from the Blazing Sun Divine Kingdom. In any case, it was his own country. It was just a matter of exchanging his left hand for his right hand. There was no need to worry about the number of territories. Zhou could conquer a few or even a dozen multiverse factions every day. It was enough to find some territories from these multiverse factions and distribute them to these newly established kingdoms to satisfy the demand for the number of territories that they had upgraded. Due to all these reasons, the requirements for territory advancement and country advancement were met so quickly. At the end of the message, Zhou 15 even said that this was just the beginning. Without the constraints of resources, the upgrading speed of their territories and countries in the future would be on a fast track. Zhou Zhou smiled. He naturally agreed with what the other party said. Following that, he didn't waste any time. He immediately teleported and arrived above the Blazing Sun Divine Kingdom, preparing to upgrade the level of the Blazing Sun Divine Kingdom. Yes, not only did the Blazing Sun Divine Kingdom satisfy the requirements for the advancement of their territory, but they also satisfied the requirements for the advancement of their country. He had a thought. In the next second, a text notification appeared. Prompt: you have satisfied all the conditions to advance to a Grade 3 Supreme Kingdom. Do you want to advance the Blazing Sun Divine Kingdom to a Grade 3 Supreme Kingdom? Upgrade. The current him wouldn't be afraid of any enemy. Prompt: you have one chance to change the location of your divine capital. Do you wish to change/retain it? Retain. Prompt: your choice has been confirmed. Prompt: your Lord's territory, Grade 2 Supreme Kingdom, Blazing Sun Divine Kingdom, is advancing. Prompt: level up successful. Congratulations, your Grade 2 Supreme Kingdom Lord territory, Blazing Sun Divine Kingdom, has officially been promoted to Grade 3 Supreme Kingdom Lord territory, Blazing Sun Divine Kingdom. Prompt: you can show the level of your Divine Kingdom territory on any channel. Zhou Zhou nodded in satisfaction. Then, he opened the Divine Kingdom's promotion interface. Divine Kingdom name: Blazing Sun Divine Kingdom. God Lord Blazing Sun. Divine Kingdom level: Grade 3 Supreme Kingdom. Divine Kingdom flag: all stars cover the sun. Divine Kingdom army: Blazing Sun Army, low-level Supreme Army. Monster Army, Low-Level Supreme Army. Dragon God Army, Low-Level Supreme Army. 10,000 Races Army, Low-Level Supreme Army. Heavenly Map Army, Low-Level Supreme Army. Homeland Defense Army, Grade 4 Supreme God. Requirements to advance to a Grade 3 Supreme Kingdom. Territory level advance to a Grade 3 Supreme Kingdom. 10,000 Grade 3 Supreme God Realm Divine Crystals. Conquer 100 Beginner Grade Master God Tier Lord territories under the Crimson Overlord. 0 out of 100. Conquer 50 Beginner Grade Master God Tier Lord territories that are not under the Crimson Overlord. 0/50. Conquer 10,000 high-level Divine Kingdom Lord factions in any Great Cosmos and possess their true God Advance Grade Divine Kingdom Orders. 0/10. 000. 100 billion independent regional territories. 50,000 deities of their own race. 200 racial divine artifacts of any race. 500/50. 000 Supreme Gods. 200,000 Supreme Gods. 50,000 Supreme Gods/10. 000 Supreme Gods. 50. 000 Lord Gods. 50,000 Supreme Gods. Zhou Zhou nodded slightly after reading it. It was a Grade 3 Supreme Kingdom. He was about to advance to a Supreme Country. In the ultimate Void Cosmos, only the Lords of Supreme Countries could be considered top-notch Lords. Lords below the Supreme level did not have much say in the ultimate Void Cosmos. Like the other Sacred Kings who had the same title as him, they were almost all rulers of Supreme Countries. And now, he was about to become one. Then, he looked at the requirements for the next advancement. After reading it, he was somewhat surprised. At the same time, he felt that it was only natural. Now, it's time to conquer the intermediate Grade Master God Tier Kingdoms in the Supreme Great Cosmos and the Scarlet Great Cosmos. Moreover, the faction we want to conquer has also jumped from the original high-level Divine Kingdom to a Grade 4 Supreme Kingdom. Reasonable. The latter is the normal upgrade requirement. The reason why the requirements were so low in the past was probably because the Supreme Will felt that the Lord civilization in his Supreme Great Cosmos was not developed enough. There were not so many high-level Lord factions in the universe, so the requirements were so low. Now my strength and power are gradually increasing. This upgrade requirement is starting to become normal. Zhou Zhou lamented inwardly. One had to know that according to Zhou 15's understanding, in the Yellow Heaven Great Cosmos, generally speaking, the requirement to advance to a Grade 4 Supreme Kingdom was to conquer a certain number of Grade 3 Supreme Kingdoms in the same universe. Unlike him, who only needed to conquer the intermediate Grade Master God Tier Kingdom. Looking at it this way, Zhou Fight suddenly realized that there were benefits to underdevelopment. He shook his head and did not think too much about it. With a thought, he began to upgrade his territory. In the next second, as 200 Z units of basic materials, 1,000 Grade 4 Supreme God Divine Crystals, 10 Gai Unit Capital Units Origin Crystals, 500,000 units of Chaos Divine Treasures, and 5,000 units of Ultimate Void Crystals disappeared instantly. A text notification appeared. Congratulations, your Grade 2 Supreme God Realm, Lord's Law, has successfully advanced to Grade 3 Supreme God Realm, Lord's Law. Your territory has successfully advanced to Grade 1 Supreme Territory. Your Grade 1 Supreme God Astral Divine King Array has been upgraded to Grade 2 Supreme God Astral Divine King Array. Durability of Territory Stone Tablet increased to 10 Gai Unit/10 Gai Unit. Your territory has expanded to 200 trillion kilometers times 200 trillion kilometers times 1 billion km. All fog monsters within the territory of the new territory have been expelled. Scarlet fog will not appear in any of your territories. You have received an upgrade reward. Supreme Building Blueprint Treasure Chest, Grade 4 Supreme God. Lord Talent Notification. Your Scarlet Broodmother can be upgraded. Lord Talent Hint. Your Mysterious Caravan faction has increased. Lord Talent Notification. The strength of the clergy of your life arc has increased. Zhou Zhou nodded. Then, he looked at the upgrade requirements. Next up, he would have to upgrade to a Supreme Territory. He was filled with anticipation and curiosity. Construction upgrade. 100 Z units of wood, 100 Z units of sand, 100 Z units of metal, 100 Z units of stone, 10 low-level will origin nuclei, 100 Gai unit origin crystals, 1 million chaos divine treasures, 10,000 ultimate void crystals, conquering 3 low-level supreme kingdoms, possessing 10 low-level supreme will realm experts. After reading it, Zhou Zhou looked surprised. Good God, upgrading a supreme territory was fine with other resources, but it actually needed 10 low-level will origin cores and conquering 3 other supreme countries. The upgrade conditions had increased so much all of a sudden. Perhaps it's because this promotion is to be upgraded to a supreme territory that the requirements have suddenly increased so much. That was all Zhou Zhou could think. As for the other resources, it was nothing. Just the territorial advancement resources that he had traded with Heavenly Dharch Vastsun previously were enough to easily satisfy this advancement requirement. Then, he came to the Gate of Summoning and spent 400 Z units of basic materials and 1,000 grade 4 Supreme God crystals to upgrade the Gate of Summoning to the highest level of grade 4. A text notification appeared. Congratulations, your Gate of Summoning has been upgraded to a grade 4 Supreme building. You can summon 100 billion subjects every day. 10 billion professionals will appear among the subjects you summon every day. Prompt. Under the influence of the unique title of the race, Glory of the Pioneer 14, the number of subjects you can summon every day has reached 11,422,517,000. You will summon 5,015,000,015 professionals every day. Zhou Zhou nodded gently after reading it. A grade 4 Supreme God's Gate of Summoning had 181.5 billion subjects. After being buffed by the Glory of the Pioneer 14, it directly increased by 14 times, becoming 2,542,203,517,000 people. Furthermore, there were 15 grade 4 Supreme Master God tiers among them. However, this naturally couldn't cause any fluctuations in his heart. Then, he took a look at the requirements to upgrade the Gate of Summoning. Construction upgrade. Wood 1,000 Z units, sand 1,000 Z units, metal 1,000 Z units, stone 1,000 Z units, 3 low-level willpower origin cores, territory level upgraded to low-level supreme territory. Zhou Zhou clicked his tongue after reading it. Compared to the upgrade of the territory, the upgrade of the Gate of Summoning was much simpler. However, he also needed a total of 3 low-level will origin cores to level up here. The path after the Supreme Domain is simply the path of death for a Supreme will realm expert. You've only advanced to the low-level Supreme realm, but you need to kill 13 Supreme will realm experts. I wonder how many Supreme will realm experts and will transcendence experts the Dahing Ultimate Holy Empire killed on the path to becoming a top transcendent level faction back then. Zhou Zhou lamented. Then, he contacted his various clones, especially Zhou 15, who was in the Crimson Great Cosmos, and Zhou 16, who was in the Yellow Sky Great Cosmos, to let they know the specific requirements for upgrading their territory and countries. Zhou 15, it's just 10 intermediate grade Master God tier nations. I've already prepared them. I can give you the results before tomorrow. Zhou 16, 10 grade 4 Supreme Kingdom factions, and 3 Supreme Kingdoms under them. TSK, it's finally getting interesting. I, a top-notch willpower transcendent expert, have been bullying these Master God tiers every day. I've long felt that it's meaningless. My main body, work hard. I'll be satisfied when I can attack the willpower transcendent experts in the Yellow Heaven Great Cosmos. My request isn't high, right? Zhou Zhou had thought that after he had his clones go all out to speed up the conquest, his clones would be able to do so very quickly. However, he did not expect the speed of conquest to be so fast. It was only at night. Zhou 16 from the Yellow Sky Great Cosmos sent him a message. Main body, I've already conquered 3 low-level Supreme Kingdoms and 10 grade 4 Supreme Kingdoms. You can upgrade your territory over there. Hurry up and upgrade the territory. You don't know, but the strongest expert in this group of Supreme Kingdoms in the Yellow Heaven Great Cosmos is only at the high-level Supreme Will Realm. There's not even a single willpower transcendent expert. I'm bored to death. Even without me taking action, our Supreme Will Realm generals can easily take them down. Hurry up and upgrade your territory to the transcendent level. At that time, there should be a requirement to conquer a transcendent holy empire in the upgrade requirements. This way, I can find a transcendent power in this universe to play with. Zhou 16 said. Zhou Zhou, this guy was quite playful. As he thought of this, a smile quickly appeared on his face. He had just leveled up in the afternoon and could continue leveling in the afternoon. Even though he wasn't used to this progress, it was quite satisfying. Continue to work hard and maintain this progress. Zhou Zhou encouraged Zhou 15 and received a roll of his eyes from the other party. He naturally didn't care, nor was he in the mood to care. He teleported and vanished from the reincarnation sacred palace, appearing directly above Blazing Sun Divine Capital. With a thought, he activated the territory upgrade panel. Then, he spent 400 Z units of basic materials, 10 low-level willpower origin cores, 100 Guy unit capital units origin crystals, 1 million chaos divine treasures, and 10,000 ultimate void crystals to instantly disappear. A text notification appeared. Congratulations, your grade 4 Supreme God Nation has successfully advanced to a low-level Supreme Saint Nation. Your territory has successfully advanced to a low-level Supreme Territory. Your grade 4 Supreme God Astral Divine King Array has been upgraded to low-level Supreme Yin Array. Durability of Territory Stone Tablet increased to 100 Guy Unit / 100 Guy Unit. Your territory has expanded to 500 trillion kilometers times 500 trillion kilometers times 10 billion m. All fog monsters within the territory of the new territory have been expelled. Scarlet fog will not appear in any of your territories. You have received an upgrade reward. Supreme Building Blueprint Treasure Chest, low-level Supreme Will Realm. Lord Talent Notification. Your Scarlet Broodmother can be upgraded. Lord Talent Hint. Your Mysterious Caravan faction has increased. Lord Talent Notification. The strength of the clergy of your life arc has increased. In the next second, an even more dignified and loud voice sounded. 10,000 Races Announcement 1. Congratulations to the Blazing Sun Holy Kingdom. Low-level Supreme Holy Kingdom. The Blazing Sun Holy Lord for becoming the first Lord to upgrade his territory to a low-level Supreme Holy Kingdom. Reward. Supreme Treasure Chest +3. Mythical Reputation Rating +1 million. Unique Title of the Race. Trailblazers Glory 14 has advanced to Trailblazers Glory 15. All Lords Announcement. Congratulations to the Holy Kingdom of the Blazing Sun. Low-level Supreme Holy Kingdom. Holy Lord of the Blazing Sun. All Lords Announcement. Congratulations to the Holy Kingdom of the Blazing Sun. Low-level Supreme Holy Kingdom. Holy Lord of the Blazing Sun. Lord of All Race Announcement 2. Ever since the Blazing Sun God Lord opened a new Lord's territory again, the territories of all the Lords can be upgraded to grade 4 Supreme Gods. The Lords can be upgraded by checking the information of the Lords. Lord of All Race Announcement 3. Congratulations to the Lord of the Blazing Sun for opening a new chapter for the Lords of all races. Lord of the Blazing Sun is rewarded with 1 Supreme Heart Crystal, and the weight of the Supreme Lord Reserve Army is increased. The life forms and top-notch experts of all races, especially the top-notch lords, were stunned when they heard this announcement. No buddies, we're still trying to break through in the beginner grade and intermediate grade Master God tier countries. You've already started to be promoted to the Holy Emperor of the Supreme Holy Empire? Is that reasonable? The Lord of the Divine Kingdom thought about what Zhou Zhou had always done and suddenly realized that everything seemed very reasonable. Don't ask. The question was that they were too lousy. They didn't dare to listen to the announcement for fear that their Lord's Dao heart would collapse. They continued to focus on the construction and upgrading of their territory. At this moment, Zhou Zhou also looked at the next upgrade requirement. Construction upgrade. 1,000 Z units of wood, 1,000 Z units of sand, 1,000 Z units of metal, 1,000 Z units of stone, 10 middle level will origin nuclei, 500 Guy unit origin crystals, 5 million chaos divine treasures, 100,000 ultimate void crystals, conquering 10 supreme kingdoms, 3 mid-level supreme kingdoms, 100 low-level supreme will realm experts, 10 middle-level supreme will realm experts. In addition to conquering the 10 supreme kingdoms and 3 mid-level supreme kingdoms, I can meet everything else. Perhaps I can upgrade my territory to a mid-level supreme country before tomorrow. At the thought of this, Zhou Zhou's heart pounded. In one day, he upgraded his territory 3 times in a row. This was something that he had never thought of before. However, it had really come true. This was like a dream. Making a deal with Heavenly, the arch-vast Son of the Yellow Heaven Great Cosmos, and letting me use the resources and environment of the Yellow Heaven Great Cosmos to upgrade my territory is definitely the best choice I've made in my life. If not for this deal, it would probably take me a long time to upgrade my territory to a supreme territory. Zhou Zhou thought to himself. Then, he first looked at the reward for upgrading to a supreme territory. First, there were 3 supreme treasure chests. He opened it and saw that there were 3 summoning books inside. After anyone recognized a master, they could obtain 3 pets with the strength of the low-level supreme will realm. These 3 top-notch pets would protect their masters forever and never betray them, no matter how weak their master was. Even if they only had the strength of an ordinary person, they would never betray them. That's a good one. Zhou Zhou was a little surprised. If this supreme treasure chest had 3 will holy artifacts or 3 true supreme will realm experts, he wouldn't be too surprised or even too interested. To the current him, only a strong willpower expert could make he think of recruiting them after all. As for experts whose willpower transcended below, he could nurture so many of them every day, so he naturally didn't have a strong desire for talent. However, this was a supreme will-level pet that was similar to a summoned creature. TSK. This aroused Zhou Zhou's curiosity. Fun. Zhou Zhou played with it for a while before throwing it into his #1 treasure vault. Even though this thing was useless to him, he could leave it for his family and friends to protect them. There was no need to look at a million mythical reputation rating points. He looked directly at the effect of the Glory of the Pioneer 15 title. Title: Glory of the Pioneer 15. Title quality: Unique title of the race. Title effect 1. You are famous among the Cerulean planet lords. More people admire your reputation and yearn to join your territory. The number of subjects you can summon through the gate of summoning every day plus 1,500%. Professional talents of the same level as the territory among the subjects summoned plus 16. Title effect 2. Same as before. Title effect 3. When you become the first lord with a low-level supreme territory, this title will be upgraded to Glory of the Pioneer 16 and unlock more title effects. Zhou Zhou nodded in satisfaction. Then, he looked at the final reward, the Supreme Heart Crystal. On the surface, this Supreme Heart Crystal looked like a prismatic pink diamond, but from the pure Supreme Realm power emitted by the other party, this was naturally not an ordinary pink diamond, but a genuine Supreme Realm treasure. Treasure name: Supreme Heart Crystal. Treasure grade: high-tiered deity level advanced grade. Treasure effect: after use, it can transform a law skill on the user into a willpower skill. Treasure description: a natural treasure born from the creation of the ultimate void, great cosmos. It's an extremely rare treasure for both supreme gods and supreme realm experts. This is actually a treasure that can transform law skills into willpower skills. Zhou Zhou's eyes lit up. With this treasure, he could save a lot of cultivation time in this area. Even though he could only increase it by 1, it could also help him a lot. Good stuff. Zhou Zhou put it away solemnly and decided to use it tonight. As for who to use it to improve, it was naturally all the land in the world belongs to the king. This domain skill would be very helpful and counterproductive to his clone, Zhou fight, when dealing with the illusionist clan on the Twilight battlefield. Then, he came to the gate of summoning and spent 4,000 Z units of basic materials and 3 low-level willpower origin cores to upgrade the gate of summoning to the low-level supreme level. A text notification appeared. Congratulations, your gate of summoning has successfully been upgraded to a low-level supreme building. You can summon 500 billion subjects every day. You will summon 100 billion professionals every day. Prompt: under the influence of the unique title of the race, Glory of the Pioneer 15. The number of subjects you can summon every day has reached 1,142,235,170,000. 1.5 trillion 16 professionals will appear among the subjects you summon every day. Zhou Zhou nodded gently after reading it. A grade 4 Supreme God's Gate of Summoning had 681.5 billion subjects. After being buffed by the Glory of the Pioneer 14, it directly increased by 15 times, becoming 1,095,307,544,800 people. Moreover, there were 16 low-level Supreme Realm experts among them. A faint smile appeared on his face. Finally, his territory could now summon 16 Supreme Realm experts every day, which meant he only needed 4 days to summon 64 Supreme Will Realm experts from the Gate of Summoning. This was more than all the Supreme Will Realm experts in the Supreme Great Cosmos combined. Not bad, not bad. As his territory level increased, the effects of the title became more and more intense. Then, he took a look at the requirements to upgrade the Gate of Summoning. Construction upgrade. Wood 10,000 Z units, sand 10,000 Z units, metal 10,000 Z units, stone 10,000 Z units. 3 median will origin cores. Territory level upgraded to median supreme territory. Next is to wait for the territory to upgrade to a mid-level supreme territory. Zhou Zhou thought to himself. At this moment, the summary of the battles on the various battlefields today was also sent to him. Zhou Zhou looked over, and the various battlefields in the Blazing Sun Divine Kingdom had undergone some adjustments. Currently, there were still 5 battlefields in the shrine, but the specific battlefields had changed. They were the Supreme Great Cosmos, Zhou Marshal, the Crimson Great Cosmos, Zhou 15, the Ultimate Void Battlefield. Zhou Yu led the team to conquer the various Great Cosmoses, the Yellow Sky Great Cosmos, Zhou 16, and the Dusk Battlefield, Zhou Fight. The Eternal Continent and Tianjun's corpse were missing, and under the busy work of his various clones, the various battlefields also obtained extremely good results. For example, he had obtained a total of 1 million units of Chaos Divine Treasures today. In terms of holy artifacts, he had obtained a total of 124,231 holy artifacts, 41 transcendent holy artifacts. In terms of insight defection, Zhou Zhou's various clones had obtained a total of 1,233 Guy Unit 2,347 Capital Unit Soldiers, 5, 233, 282, 112, 379 God Spirits, 812,330, 4,862,341 True God Tiers, 18,212,387 Supremacy Gods, 7,312 Supreme Gods, 55 Quasi-Supreme Will Realms, and 18 Will Transcendent Level Powerhouses Experts. Let's not talk about the Lords of the Star Alliance for now. This was because Zhou Zhou had already decided to temporarily separate the Star Alliance's forces. They were not included in his main combat army. They were only considered their extra troops in the Blazing Sun Divine Kingdom. Well, to put it bluntly, there were too few soldiers in the Star Alliance, and Zhou Zhou looked down on them. In that case, instead of holding these insignificant troops tightly in his hands, it was better to give power to his allies in the Star Alliance and let them enjoy the feeling of being a happy lord. Of course, they might not be willing to be a happy lord. It was easier to take advantage of a big tree after all. Therefore, Zhou Zhou also had some feelings for them. Even if they was not the main combat army of the Blazing Sun Holy Empire, they could still enjoy the exchange authority of the military merit exchange system. This way, even if they were no longer in the main combat army of the Sacred Sun Kingdom, there would not be much of a difference in terms of treatment. In fact, they would be in a more relaxed and safe situation. Speaking of which, they had led their army and conquered a total of 24 great cosmoses in one day. In addition, in terms of the advancement of God Spirits, a total of 5,231 new God Spirits, 348 capital units, 2,784,101,123,837 legendary tier advanced grade soldiers had been promoted to low-tier deity level elementary grade God Spirits. There were also 1,412,234,812,382,347 high-tier deity level advanced grade God Spirits who had advanced to true God tier elementary grade God Spirits. Another 321,122,222,392,338 top-notch true God tiers felt their master God tier bottleneck and applied to enter the Reincarnation Sacred Palace to cultivate in seclusion in an attempt to break through to the Master God tier realm. Moreover, 14,211 Master God tier advanced grade God Spirits and God Spirits had also sensed the bottleneck in their advancement and were preparing to enter the Reincarnation Sacred Palace today to advance to grade 1 Supreme God. In the end, There were 122 quasi-supreme will realm experts who had already reached the limit of the will divine transformation realm. They were prepared to enter the reincarnation sacred palace tonight and advance to the low-level supreme will realm. Zhou Zhou's original military strength was 11,685 Guy units, 7,591 capital units, 1,237,328,728,932,931 soldiers. 32,354 Guy unit, 2,382 capital units, 2,381,237,948,271 God spirits, 7,233,368,292,272 true God tiers, 1,348,746,986 master God tier, 20,042 supreme gods, 123 supreme will realm experts, and 12 transcendent will experts. Now, with the addition of these soldiers and generals who had instigated the insight defection and the 5 supreme gods and 15 supremacies that had been recruited from the chaotic mystic realm, the total military strength under he had reached 9,311 Guy units, 2,448,381,349,728,974 soldiers, 27,123 Guy units, 4,730 capital units, 51,730,222,242,319 God spirits. 1 Guy unit, 5,135,571,619 true God tiers. 1,380,179,392 supremacies. 27,359 supreme gods. 188 supreme will realm experts, and 30 transcendent level experts. Zhou Zhou nodded slightly after reading it. Before dawn, Zhou Zhou, who was cultivating in the reincarnation sacred palace, slowly opened his eyes. He recalled the results of the night's cultivation, and a smile appeared on his face. In this night, not only did he make great progress in the progress of his willpower, he also spent a large number of Lord Talent crystal fragments to upgrade his supreme sacred body to the mid-level supreme sacred body. In the end, he also upgraded his other 3 law skills. All the land in the world belongs to the king, land of earth, a minister of the king, and 95 supreme king to mid-level willpower skills. Among them, the all the land in the world belongs to the king was upgraded by him, using the supreme heart crystal. The other 2 law skills were comprehended by him purely by relying on his heaven-defying comprehension and the 1 to 10,000 heaven-defying time ratio of the reincarnation sacred palace. Among them, the all the land in the world belongs to the king was a middle-level willpower skill. The domain it used now could shockingly affect middle-level willpower experts. If he used the king and entered the level of a top-notch willpower beyonder, his mid-level willpower skill could even affect top-notch willpower powerhouses under his powerful willpower origin power. At the same time, his mid-level will skill could only make a certain number of boundless universes his exclusive territory in the past. And now, all the land in the world belongs to the king, which had reached the mid-level will technique, could instantly change the ownership of the 3 great cosmoses and become Zhou Zhou's exclusive territory. The only limitation was that this willpower skill could only be used once a day. When Zhou Zhou first knew of this effect, he felt that this lost skill was too heaven-defying. This was king stealing someone else's territory. It was a little unreasonable. The only thing that Zhou Zhou was glad about was that this unreasonable will technique was in his hands. If this was controlled by other experts, he would definitely be very angry if other experts came and turned the supreme great cosmos into the other party's universe with a thought. Even though he could directly kill such a powerhouse, it was mainly disgusting. In the future, let my clone use this law skill to disgust other masters of the universe, right? Zhou Zhou thought to himself. As for which clone it was naturally Zhou Yu, who was currently in charge of the conquest of the universe. As for the second will skill, land of earth, a minister of the king, the improvement of this willpower skill was still the same as before. After using this willpower skill, Half of the willpower origin power in the body could be used to instantly change the thoughts and wills of all living beings in a universe, turning them into subjects loyal to them. He could use this will technique on, at most, 3 multiverse factions in a day. When the main body or clones used the king, using this will skill could change the thoughts of a top-notch willpower transcendent expert. If he wanted the other party to do something, the other party would do it wholeheartedly. Naturally, this included making a top-notch expert with a transcendent level will become his loyal subordinate. Zhou Zhou marveled. The combination of all the land in the world belongs to the king and the land of earth. A minister of the king is simply invincible. The former controls the territorial ownership, while the latter controls the spiritual ownership of subjects. Which multi-universe faction can withstand a two-pronged attack? As for the final will skill, the 95 Supreme King, it had also received a huge improvement. Now, once he used the king and the 95 Supreme King, he could exert a great suppression and pressure on all the lords in the ultimate void great cosmos who were at the mid-level beyonder level or below. All the abilities that the other party used against him would be weakened by 20%, and there was a 20% chance that they would directly become ineffective. Under the influence of the 95 Supreme King, the combat strength of their generals and soldiers increased by 300%. When he transformed into the 95 Supreme King Dragon God and was among the soldiers, no attack below the eternal immortal realm could injure him. Moreover, when he transformed into the 95 Supreme King Dragon God, the supreme blessings that he randomly gave to the soldiers were also blessings that transcended the level of willpower. Any general or soldier who received a blessing of this level would have a huge improvement in their combat strength, survival ability, and other aspects. Zhou Zhou nodded in satisfaction. The gains from this night were simply too great. It was all thanks to the upgraded reincarnation sacred palace. Otherwise, it was absolutely impossible for him to gain so much in such a short period of time. Soon, after my army conquers half of the supreme great cosmos, I can upgrade the reincarnation sacred palace to the mythical tier, the only level. At that time, the ability of the reincarnation sacred palace can be further strengthened. I wonder what effect the reincarnation sacred palace will have at that time. Zhou Zhou was filled with anticipation. Then, with a thought, a Lord Talent interface appeared in front of him. It was a new Supreme Lord Talent that he had upgraded with his Supreme Sacred Body tonight. Lord Talent, Ultimate Universe Infrastructure King, Supreme Level, Unique. The Ultimate Universe Infrastructure King, Territory Construction, Lord Talent. It allows you to build various buildings faster and better in all directions of the universe, and become famous in the entire Ultimate Void universe with the fastest and best infrastructure services. Specific Talent Effect 1. The construction efficiency of your territory buildings has increased by 10,000 times. Specific Talent Effect 2. Life professionals who participate in building construction can obtain an additional 100,000 times promotion energy. Specific Talent Effect 3. Life professionals who participate in building construction can obtain more inspiration during the construction process. There is a 50% chance of comprehending and creating better architectural designs and forming building blueprints that can be learned and copied. The highest level is to comprehend and create supreme level, unique level building blueprints. Specific Talent Effect 4. When building defensive buildings, the defense strength will increase by an additional 1,000%. When building offensive buildings, the attack strength will increase by an additional 1,000%. The upper limit is the high-level Supreme Will Realm. Specific Talent Effect 5. When your territory subjects undergo construction-type extraordinary tier profession training, it's easier for them to step onto the extraordinary tier path and become lifestyle professionals. It's also easier for them to comprehend law skills and become construction-type gods. There's a very small chance of comprehending willpower skills and advancing to a rare construction-type Supreme Will Realm expert. Specific Talent Effect 6. Your territorial forces are famous throughout the ultimate void great cosmos. Countless powerful and skilled construction-type lifestyle professionals will come to join your territory. There is a chance to attract construction-type lifestyle professionals at the Supreme Will Realm to join your territory. Specific Talent Effect 7. The lifestyle professionals in your territory have the potential of a life profession, construction direction, increased by 3 major classes. Moreover, when advancing, it is easier to obtain the inspiration to advance to the next level. Specific talent effect 8. When you and your territorial forces go out to battle, it will be easier for you to obtain building blueprints from the enemy's spoils of war. There is a small chance of obtaining special building blueprints. For example, race building blueprints, miracle building blueprints, cosmic construction building blueprints, unique building blueprints, exclusive building blueprints. Zhou Zhou nodded in satisfaction after reading it. With this Lord talent, Zhou 15, Zhou 16, and Zhou Marshall could build divine kingdoms at least 10 times faster in the Crimson Great Cosmos, Yellow Heaven Great Cosmos, and Supreme Great Cosmos. This was also why he had to specially upgrade this Lord talent that he had almost forgotten. Not for any other reason. It was to increase the speed of upgrading his territory and country. At this moment, Zhou Zhou suddenly received a message from Zhou 15 and Zhou 16. Zhou 15. The 20 intermediate Master God tier kingdoms have been upgraded. The 10 intermediate Master God tier Lord territories in the Supreme Great Cosmos have also been upgraded. Right. If everything is fine, you can continue to upgrade your country. Zhou 16. The 10 Grade 4 Supreme Kingdom factions, the 10 Supreme Kingdoms under them, and the 3 mid-level Supreme Kingdoms have all been conquered. If there are no other problems, you can also level up on your side. Good Lord, you two didn't plan to come together, did you? Zhou Zhou said in surprise. Of course, the two clones said in unison. Then, they said, after the main body is upgraded, tell us the subsequent upgrade requirements. We'll immediately start upgrading. This supreme nation is too boring. Fast forward to a nation that can fight against a will that transcends level. Let me play. The last sentence was naturally said by Zhou 16. Zhou Zhou felt that this guy had inherited more of his combative personality. Otherwise, why would he rush him every day? Sure, then I'll go and level up first. Zhou Zhou said with a smile. It was naturally a good thing to be able to level up. This was 3 consecutive upgrades of the territory level and 2 country levels in a day. This was the first time he had encountered such a thing. There was only one word to describe it. Exhilarating. He immediately teleported to the sky above the blazing sun Holy Kingdom. With a thought, he chose to upgrade the Holy Kingdom first. In the next second, a text notification appeared. Prompt. You have satisfied all the conditions to advance to a Grade 3 Supreme Kingdom. Do you want to advance the Blazing Sun Divine Kingdom to a Grade 3 Supreme Kingdom? Upgrade. The current him wouldn't be afraid of any enemy. Prompt. You have one chance to change the location of the Holy Capital. Do you want to change/retain it? Retain. Prompt. Your choice has been confirmed. Prompt. Your Lord's territory, Grade 3 Supreme Kingdom. Blazing Sun Holy Kingdom is being upgraded. Prompt. Level up successful. Congratulations, your Grade 1 Supreme Kingdom Lord territory, Blazing Sun Divine Kingdom, has officially advanced to a Grade 2 Supreme Kingdom Lord territory, Blazing Sun Divine Kingdom. Prompt. You can show the level of your Divine Kingdom territory on any channel. Zhou Zhou nodded in satisfaction. Then, he opened the Holy Empire's promotion interface. Divine Kingdom name. Blazing Sun Holy Kingdom. God Lord. Divine Lord Blazing Sun. Divine Kingdom level. Grade 4 Supreme Kingdom. Divine Kingdom flag. All stars cover the sun. Divine Kingdom Army. Blazing Sun Army. Middle Supreme Army. Monster Army. Middle Supreme Army. Dragon God Army. Middle Supreme Army. 10,000 Races Army. Middle Supreme Army. Heavenly Map Army. Middle Supreme Army. Homeland Defense Army. Low-level Supreme Army. Required conditions for promotion to the low-level Supreme Kingdom. Territory level promotion to the low-level Supreme Territory. 10 low-level will source cores. Conquer 20 territories of the high-level Master God tier level kingdoms under the command of the Scarlet Lord, 0/20. Conquer 10 territories of the high-level Master God tier level kingdoms not under the command of the Scarlet Lord, 0/10. Conquer 1 forces in any large universe, 0/10. 1 trillion independent regional territories. Have 1 billion gods of the same race. Have 1,000 racial artifacts of any race, 2,000/2,000. Have 1 million main god-level offerings of the same race, 1 million/1 million. Have 1,000 supreme gods of the same race, 27359/1000. The Lord's own strength level reaches the lower. Supreme will level. Zhou Zhou nodded slightly after reading it. Judging from this request alone, it was not difficult. At most, it would take some time. Among them, The most time-consuming was naturally the establishment of kingdoms in the Supreme Great Cosmos and the Crimson Great Cosmos. However, I have sufficient resources to establish a country. I also have the help of the newly upgraded Ultimate Universe Infrastructure King, the Supreme Infrastructure Type Unique Lord Talent. I feel that it won't take long for me to satisfy these needs and upgrade my country to a low-level Supreme Nation again. Zhou Zhou thought to himself. Then, he stopped thinking about it. He spent 400 Z units of basic materials, 10 low-level willpower origin cores, 100 Guy unit capital units origin crystals, 1 million chaos divine treasures, and 10,000 ultimate void crystals to instantly disappear. A text notification appeared. Congratulations, your low-level Supreme Holy Kingdom has successfully advanced to a mid-level Supreme Holy Kingdom. Your territory has successfully upgraded to a mid-level Supreme Territory. Your low-level Supreme Yin Array has been upgraded to mid-level Supreme Yin Array. Durability of Territory Stone Tablet increased to 500 Guy unit / 500 Guy unit. Your territory has expanded to 1,000 trillion km times 1,000 trillion km times 10 billion m. All fog monsters within the territory of the new territory have been expelled. Scarlet fog will not appear in any of your territories. You have received an upgrade reward. Supreme Building Blueprint Treasure Chest, Mid-Level Supreme Will Realm. Lord Talent Notification. Your Scarlet Broodmother can be upgraded. Lord Talent Hint. Your mysterious caravan faction has increased. Lord Talent Notification. The strength of the clergy of your life arc has increased. Zhou Zhou nodded in satisfaction after reading it. Then, he looked at the next step of upgrading his territory. Construction Upgrade. 5,000 Z units of wood, 5,000 Z units of sand, 5,000 Z units of metal, 5,000 Z units of stone, 10 high-level wool origin nuclei, 1,000 Guy unit origin crystals, 10 million units of chaos divine treasures, 500,000 units of ultimate void crystals, conquering 100 supreme kingdoms, 10 middle-level supreme kingdoms, 3 high-level supreme kingdoms, 500 low-level supreme will realm experts, 100 mid-level supreme will realm experts, 10 high-level supreme will realm experts. Zhou Zhou clicked his tongue in wonder after reading it. The requirement to upgrade to an high-level supreme territory was clearly much higher than before, especially the requirements for conquering countries and having experts. Just hearing it was a little scary. I won't be able to level up for the next 3 to 5 days. This requirement for experts is simply unimaginable for ordinary forces. Zhou Zhou shook his head. There were a total of 610 Supreme will realm experts requirements. Good God. So this is the strength of a high-level Supreme Nation? Zhou Zhou clicked his tongue and threw these requests to Zhou 15 and Zhou 16, who let out strange cries. The first to raise the question was Zhou 16, who controlled the Holy Sun Divine Kingdom. This upgrade requirement must be wrong, isn't it? Zhou 16 said in puzzlement. I've also fought with the high-level Supreme will realm experts. It's already not bad if there are 100 Supreme will realm experts in their country. There are indeed a few high-level Supreme will realm experts, but there are only 2 or 3 at most. How can there be so many? That's right. At this moment, Zhou 15 also interrupted. I also think that this leveling requirement is too ridiculous. Zhou Zhou thought about it and agreed. He also felt that this territory upgrade requirement was too much. What top-notch Supreme Holy Empire could have more than 600 Supreme will realm experts? His clone had roamed the ultimate void cosmos for a period of time. He had seen all kinds of countries, but he had never encountered such a powerful Supreme country. I'll ask the Supreme Will. Zhou Zhou asked. Zhou 15 and Zhou 16 naturally had no objections. Then, Zhou Zhou began to summon the Supreme Will. The Supreme Will responded. What is it? He asked succinctly. Teacher I. Zhou Zhou immediately shared his doubts with the Supreme Will. The Supreme Will was also shocked when he heard this. He has 500 low-level Supreme will realm experts, 100 middle-level Supreme will realm experts, and 10 upper-level Supreme will realm experts. How is that possible? The number of Supreme Willpower Realm experts is almost comparable to the number of experts from a weaker Willpower Transcendent Lord faction. This, I'm not too sure either. I can no longer see through your secrets now. The Supreme Will lamented. Meeting such a successor could be considered a happy worry. All right, sorry to trouble you, teacher. Zhou Zhou said. Teacher didn't help you. There's no trouble. The Supreme Will shook his head and said. However, Although this requirement is very ridiculous, with your current ability to create a supreme will realm expert, it's not impossible. Take your time. With the speed of your rise, this request might seem very difficult, but it might not be difficult for you in the future. I think teacher is right, Zhou Zhou said with a smile. The Supreme was a little speechless when he heard that, but he knew that Zhou Zhou really had the strength and potential to do such a thing, so he did not say anything. Then, the Supreme stopped talking. Through Zhou Fight's perspective, Zhou Zhou knew that the Supreme was busy dealing with the next round of attacks from the illusionary clan. It was good enough that he had the time to answer his questions. Then, he began to think. In fact, he already had a guess. The reason why the requirements for his territory to level up were so high was probably because of his Lord talent, Supreme, in heaven. I'm afraid it's another test set by one of the lords in the Immortal Palace. Zhou Zhou shook his head. He had a feeling that his guess was right. There was a high chance that this guess was right. Are those guys from the Immortal Palace that free? Why are you staring at me every day? Zhou Zhou thought helplessly. However, he stopped thinking about it. That was because it was just as the Supreme had said. This request seemed very difficult, but to him, it was something that could be resolved in a few days. So there was no need to be too anxious now. Then, he came to the gate of summoning and spent 40,000 Z units of basic materials and 3 mid-level willpower origin cores to upgrade the gate of summoning to the mid-level supreme level. A text notification appeared. Congratulations. Your gate of summoning has successfully been upgraded to a mid-tier deity-level advanced grade building. You can summon subjects plus 1 guy unit every day. You will summon 500 billion professionals every day. Prompt. Under the influence of the unique title of the race, Glory of the Pioneer 15, the number of subjects you can summon every day has reached 25,223,789,482,500. You will summon 2,016,000,016 professionals every day. Zhou Zhou nodded gently after reading it. A grade 4 Supreme God's Gate of Summoning. The number of subjects summoned was 1 guy unit. 681,585,965,500. After being buffed by the Glory of the Pioneer 15, it directly increased by 15 times, becoming 25,223,789,482,500 people. Moreover, there were 16 mid-level Supreme Realm experts. A faint smile appeared on his face. Then, he took a look at the requirements to upgrade the Gate of Summoning. Construction upgrade. Wood 100,000 Z units, sand 100,000 Z units, metal 100,000 Z units, stone 100,000 Z units, 3 high-level wool origin cores, territory level upgraded to high-level supreme territory. He retracted his gaze. Then, he sent someone to call Zheng Fuguei and them over. A moment later, the 3 of them walked into the shrine and arrived in front of Zhou Zhou. Greetings, Your Majesty. Zheng Fuguei, Mugu, and Carol Moeli said respectfully. Your territory has increased by 3 levels in a row. From a grade 3 supreme territory to a mid-level supreme territory in one go. Do you feel surprised? Tell me about your respective improvements. Zhou Zhou said to them with a smile. Mugu was the first to walk out when he heard that. He said respectfully to Zhou Zhou, Your Majesty, the Scarlet Primordial Mother Nest that I'm currently in has been upgraded from Grade 1 Supreme God to Grade 2 Supreme God. The number of mist mothers that each Scarlet Brood Mother can produce has increased from 10 billion to 100 billion. Each mist mother's mist mother world can now nurture 100 guy unit heads of fog monsters.